So again, we're gonna be talking about Zoom. This is a platform that's basically centered all around conference calls and being able to, again, just video chat with people. Um, One thing, let me go ahead and there we go. So first thing we're going to do is we're already going to assume that you already have an account and already have it downloaded onto your computer, or they also have an Android and an iPhone version as well. So that way you can do this remotely. So you don't have to always be near your computer. You can always hop on with your phone or iPad or any kind of mobile device. And so right here on the left side of the screen, you'll see the desktop version. On the right side, you'll see what the phone version will look like. And this is kind of what's going to look like right whenever you open up the application. So we're just going to run through a couple of the main items that you'll see here right on the home screen of this application. I'm going to be following the desktop version, but the phone version is going to look pretty much the same amongst all these different aspects of the application. So as you can see on the top bar, we have home, chat, meetings, and contacts. We were just on the home tab, but now we're going to go to the chat tab. This is kind of how it sounds. It's kind of a little chat IM system built into the app. You have meetings, which is where it's going to show all of your scheduled meetings for any upcoming or future meetings that you have. And then you have contacts, which is obviously going to show all of your contacts in your address book for that application. Going back to the home screen, you'll see that we have four main buttons right there on the main menu. We have new meeting, join, schedule, and share screen. The join button is just kind of how it sounds. It's joining a meeting. So in the instance that your meeting host or the person who set up the meeting has given you a meeting ID, you can click that join button and then it'll have a pop-up that says join meeting, and you can enter in their personal link name or their meeting ID and join that way. It's not the way that we usually will join meetings. Usually we'll just join them through a link that we have that the host has given us, but this is an option as well. Going to the schedule button, if you click that, that's going to give you a pop-up that's going to allow you to schedule out your own meeting. So it's going to let you name the meeting. It's going to let you set the times, along with some other various settings that you can choose for your meeting, as far as allowing the host, or as far as allowing the participants rather, to have their video on and off, how audio will be handled, and then how you'd like to schedule it out on your calendar, whether it's iCal, Google Calendar, or like it says in their calendar. There's also a couple other options in there just to have the meeting cater to your specific needs. Once you click schedule, then it's going to schedule it out. It might pop up your calendar to allow you to add it to your calendar. And then from there, you can add people to that meeting. Once you do have it scheduled, you'll see here on your main screen, it's going to show you all of your upcoming and future scheduled meetings. You can click the little three dots right there to change some of the aspects of the meeting. Or again, you can go back up to this meetings tab, and it's going to show you all of your upcoming meetings as well. And from there, you can copy the invitation to that meeting. You can edit it, delete it. So that way you can send the invite and the URL to your family, friends, or colleagues in order to make sure everybody gets to the meeting. Next, we're going to go to share screen. I'm not going to elaborate too much on this. Basically, when you click this button, again, much like the join, it's going to ask you for a specific link or URL that's going to allow you to share your screen. There's really not much use for this unless you have a specific need. Most of the time, you're going to be doing your sharing screen while you're already inside of a meeting. And then last, we're going to focus on the new meeting button. So this is just straight away how to jump right into a meeting. So if you click this button, it's going to pop right up with your face right there. It's most likely going to be just you in the meeting, because this is just straight up kind of a quick way to set up a meeting. So again, you click on this button, you can see right here is a little thumbnail of me. This is what it would look like. It's going to show you right front and center. And now what we're going to do is focus on everything kind of on the bottom of this menu bar right here. So starting from the left, you'll see we have a mute and a stop video button. Those are two independent buttons, and they do exactly pretty much what they look like. Mute is going to mute your mic so that your other participants can't hear you, and then stop video is going to do exactly the same. If you click on any of these arrows, excuse me, if you click on any of these arrows, they're going to give you additional options for each of those. For example, if you click on the arrow for stop video, it's actually going to allow you to do like a virtual background. If you want to make it look like you're in a different scenery, if you want to fool your colleagues and make them think you're on a beach, then by all means, you can do that with those features. Up on the top left, you'll see that little eye icon. You click that, and it's going to give you a little drop down that's going to give you some basic information on your Zoom call that you're currently in, the meeting ID, password if there is one, and then the invitation URL. This is a great way just to copy this URL and send it to, again, family, friends, or colleagues via email, via text, If you send them that URL and they click on it, it's going to allow them to get into the meeting. Going down the bottom, you see the invite button. Again, same thing. This is from where you can choose. You have a couple different options. You can either choose from the contacts that you already have set up in Zoom, or you can click on the email tab and you can send an email to friends, family, or colleagues, or you can utilize these copy URL and copy invitation buttons below, and that's going to copy them to your computer or phone and allow you to, again, send a text or an email with those specific links to join the meeting. We're going to skip on over a couple to go to chat. Chat, again, is exactly how it sounds. It allows you to chat with all the members of your Zoom call. Now, record. So once you click record, what that's going to do is it's going to record your Zoom call. So this is handy if you are doing a training or if you're doing a meeting with a bunch of people, and it's helpful for you to record that conversation so that way you can come back and rewatch it later. So once you click that, you're going to see this button on the bottom change, and you're also going to see a button pop up on the top left that's going to allow you to pause that recording or stop it altogether. When you're ready to stop the recording, obviously you can press the stop button, and then once you close out of your meeting, it's going to encode that and save that video to your computer or your device. And then the last couple buttons, I actually skipped two on here, but I will go over them real quick. You see this reactions button on the far right. That's simply to give kind of an emoji reaction to whoever is talking. And there's really not a huge use for it, but it's there if you need it. And then manage participants is primarily going to be for the host. So if you're the host and you're the captain, if you will, of the meeting, you're the one that set it up, then you have the option, the power to be able to mute somebody, to be able to shut off their video, or to kick them out of the conference call altogether. And this will actually take away their permissions from activating their video or mute or audio if you do that. And this also allows you to schedule a new host if that need arises. If you need to leave the meeting and you need to schedule or you need to assign a new host, it'll let you do that as well. So going down here to this main share screen button. So this is a button that many people might use. And again, it sounds, it sounds kind of just like it reads. It's sharing your screen. So if you need to share your computer screen with other people to show them something that you're working on, or just to walk them through something, much like I'm doing with you guys right now, this is the button that you'd use. Again, if you use a little arrow right there, it's going to allow you to either only allow one participant to share a screen at a time, or allow multiple participants to share a screen simultaneously. And again, there are advanced sharing options in that as well. So again, once you click that share screen, you're going to have a dialog box pop up. And from here, you have three different tabs: basic, advanced, and files. So on basic, you're going to see right here, you have, like for my example, I have desktop 1, whiteboard, iPhone/iPad via AirPlay, and iPhone, iPad via cable. Starting from the left, this is obviously just straight at my desktop, allowing me to share my desktop. Whiteboard is going to basically put up just a big white that's going to allow you to scribble on it. iPhone via AirPlay and via cable. Again, just like they sound, you can utilize your phone to remote share screen on your Zoom call. The only other time that there will be more windows popped up is if you have other applications popped up. Zoom will recognize those and allow you to just share those specific apps on your screen versus sharing your whole screen altogether. And then you go over to the advanced tab. This allows you, starting from left to right, this allows you to share just a portion of your screen. So if for some reason you just want to share the left side of your screen, you can do that, and you can drag and drop and just share that portion of your screen. Music or computer sound only, and then content from a second camera. So again, if you have like a secondary webcam or a second camera plugged into your computer, you can select that option to utilize that camera. And then files, from here, you can utilize Dropbox, Microsoft OneDrive, Google Drive, or Box, those platforms to share files. If you have files on those platforms, you can utilize those to share on with your colleagues, your family members on Zoom. Once you are sharing your screen, this is kind of what it look like. You're going to have a box on the very top. It's going to show meeting ID. It's going to show how long your meeting's been going for, and it's going to have a big red button right there that says stop share. For obvious reasons, once you're done and you're ready to stop sharing your screen, you're going to click stop share, and it's going to go back to the way it was, to where people are going to be able to see you full screen. So right now, as you can see, it still shows me on the screen in a really minimized view, but Once you click stop share, it's going to go back to you being full screen. And again, couple last things. Whenever you are in a Zoom with multiple people, which more than likely you are going to be, unless you just like talking to yourself all the time, which more power to you. Um, if you're going to have multiple people on your Zoom call, then you're going to be able to see that there's going to be a button on the top right that's going to see the gallery view or speaker view, depending on what view you're on. So if you're on this view right here, then you're going to be able to see the gallery view button. And if you're on this view where it's side to side, you're going to be able to see the speaker view. The one thing that's really nice about this right view is if you have multiple people on your Zoom call, then you're going to be able to see pretty much everybody, versus this left view where it might get where you might hit a limit and you're only going to see maybe 6 or 7 people on this top bar. Also keep in mind that if you are using the basic free version of Zoom, you are limited to a 45-minute Zoom call, and I believe it's 100 participants. So that's something to keep in mind. If you're planning on having a long meeting, you'll either need to upgrade or you'll have to start a new meeting about 45 minutes in order to kind of loophole that whole thing.